Good evening. We are talking with the people of the Steepwater band. Two people are here, Eric Sailors.
Yes.
And Jeff Massey.
Yep. Hello.
Oh, hello. Thank you again for the time that you will spend with us and to have the possibility to do this video interview.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Welcome in Belgium. Like you told us, it's not the first time that you're here in Belgium. No. The second time that you're here on the same festival?
Same festival, yeah. We were discussing whether it was 2 years ago or 3.
2 or 3 years ago.
It's been a little while.
No problem, but how does it feel going back to Belgium, going back to the same festival?
Well, the weather's better this time.
Oh, yes.
But it was great last time. We had a great show, great crowd. I remember it was raining though. They had all the wooden skids out over all the mud and that, trying to get stuff to the stage. So
2 years ago, I think.
Maybe it was 2 years ago. Yeah. So a lot more pleasant on the weather end.
Yes, for sure.
You are from the States?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You are from California?
Chicago. We like California though.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a fault of mine.
No problem.
But if you must introduce yourself to a rock dummy, what would you say about yourself? Who are the Steepwater band?
You
Is
or me?
it a rock band? Is it a blues band?
Yeah,
Is
go
it
ahead.
a soul band?
I mean, for lack of a better term, it's a rock and roll band. It's what it is, because it's. I think we've got our own sound, but you can hear our influences in there. There's blues in there, and there's rock. There's a little bit of country, southern rock, but it all sounds like us, I think. But it's a rock and roll band. It's 2 guitars, bass, drums, and vocals. There's and it's pretty raw, pretty rough around the edges. And
is it a rock band, a southern rock band? No.
Well, I don't really know how to label it because we're from Chicago. Yeah. But I mean, some people come up to us sometimes and they think we're from Florida or from Georgia. They because they get that southern rock aspect of what we do. Yeah. So there's definitely a southern rock influence in it, and blues, and a lot of British blues and British rock influence in it as well.
Something more about the name, because it's not the usual name, Steepwater. Normally you use one of the names of yourself, but what's behind the Steepwater band? Steepwater, I have tried to find out what is the name of a vessel, a cargo vessel. No,
well,
no.
I'll have to answer this.
I think I'm totally wrong.
No, you're right. We were me and a friend of mine. There's a bridge that goes from Indiana to Chicago.
Yeah.
On the Bishop Ford Expressway, and Lake Michigan is right there. And we had been discussing names for like a month, going back and forth with names. And me and a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, was driving, and there was a barge, a vessel, a ship, and on the ship it said "Warning Steepwater." So he was just kind of driving, and he goes, "How about the Steepwater band?" I was like, "That sounds pretty cool." And then I told the other guys, they were like, "Oh, that's perfect." So, I mean, at the time I was thinking it meant high water, but Steepwater is actually a really dirty water, so I thought that's even better.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, no, it was, but you're right, it was on a ship.
Yeah.
It was on a ship,
On a vessel,
I always try to look behind the name, why did they choose that name, or why. But Steepwater, no problem.
And we want to make sure people know it's a band.
It's a band.
We didn't want it to be so-and-so's name with so-and, which is fine, but we were coming from more as we wanted to be a band.
The lineup, it's always been the same names in it, or the same?
Well, until Eric joined.
Yeah.
I think you both are the longest members, I think.
No. I came in. I got in 2012, so the band had been a 3-piece for probably 10 years.
We're a 3-piece. There was another member for a couple records, back to a 3-piece.
Drums and vocals.
And guitar,
Yeah, guitar and vocals.
And then
vocals,
and I had seen my old band. We'd started doing shows together, and I just really dug the band. We became friends and started having me sitting in on jams, and then it was just we were like, hey man, this is sounding really good.
Like you said, you started in Chicago.
Yeah, the band's based out of Chicago.
Style band? No.
Oh, the early day? Yeah. We were, like Eric was saying, he joined about, it's 5 years now?
Yeah,
5 years ago, going on 6. For the remaining 3 of us, we were actually in a blues band.
Oh.
And kind of, when the blues band kind of disbanded, we started Steepwater. And we kind of got our start going to Buddy Guys and Checkerboard Lounge and going to jam nights and playing blues.
You're still blues influenced?
Very much so, but we just write songs.
Because today we are at the Roots Festival.
Right, but we
forget that.
Right,
Last evening we got Robert
John,
They did a very, very big show.
Yeah.
A great band.
You know that?
Yeah, we played with them in Germany and in Los Angeles once.
Yeah.
Hey, it's good to hear that.
Yep.
Can you tell me who are your influences, your big idols? Who are you looking up to musically?
Of course, Jimmy Page, Hendrix. That's where I grew up in Indiana, so I wasn't exposed to the Chicago blues scene and until I really met these guys, and they drug me into that, and I'm learning as I go. But it was Zeppelin, Deep Purple, a lot of the older rock bands, Clapton.
I got some old guys.
Yeah.
Last year in 2016, I wrote. I got from Freddie a CD called The Steepwater Band, Shake Your Fate. I had to write down a review. So some things that I wrote down that year that was about the title. Can you tell something more about the title, Shake Your Fate?
Well, Shake Your Faith it's a lyric to the song, obviously, but it was lyrically it's just about keeping a positive outlook and staying focused on being positive.
We don't have problems with our faith, no.
It's not really a religious song. It could be faith. It can be faith in knowing that you got a right to be happy and stay positive even with all the bad things that happen in the world. And lyrically, I didn't write the lyrics about anybody specific, but it's just kind of about holding your ground.
Yeah.
Don't let anything shake your faith to the point where it's going to ruin your life or anything. There's plenty of good things in life, right?
Yeah. Whatever works for you. That's good.
It was the first album with a new guitarist, Eric Sailors.
Yes.
Besides a live record.
Yeah, we did a live
studio
record. First studio record.
Yeah.
About the songwriting. All originals, no? On the album?
Yes.
Yeah. All originals.
Yep.
Not as usual. The songs, special songs, personal songs.
Favorites?
Let's see. Shake Your Faith, obviously. Bring on the Love. Bring on the Love was an idea that I'd brought to the band real late. Like, it almost didn't make the record because we were kind of in the process of working the song up, and then when we got to the studio, we started laying it down, and Jeff was still finishing up the lyrics. And once he had the lyrics finished, we laid the track down, and it really turned out great. Yeah.
What I wrote down into the review, solid rock, like rock must be, mixed with some blues, enough solos, guitar and harmonies. The vocals are also very important, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who's doing the vocals? You both or all the four? No? Who's singing?
Well, when you see us tonight, it'll be us two. I sing and then Eric does the harmonies.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. You are the step.
And Todd does some background vocals as well. So it depends on the song.
You're the Steepwater band. You're I can say a rather young band. How many years?
We started in '98. Yeah.
A rather old band.
Yeah.
Medium.
Yeah, but I mean, like the first 7-8 years of that was just playing around Chicago, and then didn't start traveling till about 7 or 8 years into it.
Do you have also something like a list with things that you want to do
In the future?
in the future?
I mean,
the people that you want to play with, or some places that you want.
man, I mean, we're gonna do more of the same. I want to keep making records and keep touring. We were just talking about it today. We would like to go to Japan.
Oh,
Yeah.
We have a tribute band in Japan that plays our music. It's pretty. Yes.
Japan.
Yeah, we're like, man, if there's a tribute band in Japan, maybe we should be playing Japan.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
They're called the Takers.
Yeah, they're called the Takers.
They know that. You know that they have a.
Yeah, they wrote me and asked me to name their band and asked for permission to do it, and I'm like, that'd be, yeah, man, have at it.
The first thing is that I hear that a tribute band.
But a lot of stuff that we've always wanted to do, we're doing now. Like I always wanted to come to Europe and play shows, and now we're in Belgium playing festivals and all over Germany and Spain. So yeah.
You're a band that's you're not being on the road.
Play a lot of shows, like 160, 170 shows a year,
Yeah.
roughly.
What do you learn about yourself being on the road? All the time being with the same guys together.
Well, we learn to get along pretty well.
Yeah.
I learned that we all love music, because if you don't love music, you're not going to last too long. Because that's
Exactly.
yeah, it can be the downtime. It can be kind of crazy riding in a vehicle all day in a van, getting it. But then once you're up there, you forget about it.
Together, being together,
Yeah.
playing together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Every bit of it, it's a challenge, and it's a new challenge every day.
Yeah.
And you really rely on, everybody that's a part of it to get through each day and each show. And there's good days and bad days, but the bottom line, the show, it's always got to be good. and that's where everybody's positive, outtake or just influence on the day really helps.
You're both musicians. What turns you on beside music? Have you something beside music? Don't say skating or running or.
I rode dirt bikes for years. I was into motocross for a lot of years, but once I got with these guys.
Really into motocross.
Yeah, I love it.
You know that in Belgium we are one of the biggest.
Yeah.
Not at this time, but a few years ago we have the very famous motocross.
Yeah, and I followed it for years, but once I started playing and going on the road every day, it's like I had to give it up.
Not because of your wife.
No, you get hurt. You beat yourself up, and
you can't. Yeah, not so flexible.
Yeah, exactly.
And the last question, 2 questions to go. What are the plans for the near future? Are you working on a new album, working on new things?
Well, the rest of this year, we got to finish this Europe tour. We got a few more weeks here.
Something more about the Europe tour. You're now here in Belgium, but next weeks?
Yeah, we've been here a few weeks. We started in Sweden and went to Germany. Next week, I think we have another gig in Germany.
Yeah.
Switzerland. We're playing a festival in Ireland. Another gig in Belgium, and then a couple weeks in Spain. And then we go home and we're playing some Midwest shows, like Chicago, Illinois, and then not Chicago, Bloomington, Illinois. But then we're going down to Texas and going out west after only being home for a few weeks.
When you compare the Belgian people with the people in the States, how different are we here in Europe?
More open-minded. I think the audiences here are open-minded to just good music in general. If they're moved by the music, they like it. Whether they understand the lyrics, I think they just have a more open-minded than in the States. In the States, you get the audiences that you do really well at, and then you're trying to get new audience, and people are just kind of go with what they know. And instead of opening their mind up to new music every day.
Okay, that's good for us.
Yeah,
I think so. I have a last question. Tonight you're back again in Varenwinkel, in Herselt. What will be on the set list? What may the people or the public expect tonight?
We don't know yet.
Oh,
yeah, we haven't seen the set. Our drummer kind of puts each set together.
He
Each
likes
night.
writing the sets.
He's the man who's doing the.
Well, we all okay it, but yeah. I would say we made a conscious effort though to look at what we played last time and change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
We're not big on playing the same set every night.
Yeah.
But there'll probably be for sure a few songs off this record as the core, and then we'll work around that.
Yeah.
Work around that.
Gentlemen from the Steepwater Band, we thank you a lot to make some time free for us. And
Thank you.
We will have, we hope, and I'm sure about that we will have a big show tonight.
I hope so.
Thank you
So,
again.
thank you so
you,
much.
guys.
All right.
Thank you again.
Sorry to make you wait again.
Yeah.
No. We thank you.
Got to get some food in our